Hello. This short video is to give you an overview of Project 4, the case study evaluation. So I'm just going to fairly briefly go over the assignment sheet while pointing to some of the common pitfalls that students fall into, or even common misunderstandings that students have while completing this assignment. So the basics are here, right? The word count, the formatting. I don't think we need any um, discussion over that. But we have the what here. And this statement itself has caused a little bit of confusion in the past, so I'm just going to go over it. After gathering evidence from a case study provided by your instructor, that's for us, that's the Fired Over Facebook case study. You can see up there, and it's linked within the course. So after gathering evidence from a case study provided by your instructor, write an essay in which you evaluate how effectively a real life company solved a problem. And what this is saying is you're evaluating how effectively the real life company, which is the company talked about in the Fired Over Facebook. So a few students, seems like every semester, read this as a new company. So they're reading this as if you read the case study, got some interesting information from it, and then went out and chose your own company. That's not the case. You're using the company that is the focus of the provided case study. And as I said, for this class, it's the Fired Over Facebook. And and to give you a hint, the company is not Facebook, as they're not the ones that are dealing with something. It's the company that is that's being discussed with the decision within that piece, which is in this case it's the Bricks Pizza place. So that gives you a sense of that. So we know what the focus is. You're looking at that company. You're looking at what happened, the problem, you're looking at the solution, and you're looking at how effective that solution is. Now, I should also mention that you need to be thinking prospectively here. What do I mean by that? Think of this, the perspective that you should be writing this from is from the perspective of the company, in the sense that you're evaluating whether it was effective for them. And to do that, you really have to think of, well, what are the things that a company or this particular company values, and were those things increased? Were they decreased by the solution that was taken? You can almost look at this as a is yourself as sort of an outside consultant coming in, looking at what happened and saying, actually, it probably would have been better if you did something like this. Or, yes, that seems like, given the situation, that was probably the best choice because here's what we see. So there is that piece. There's a weird sense of time in here because you're talking about whether something already, whether or not it was effective, but you're really using your own thought process to determine whether that was and sort of would be effective. Because we're not asking you to do research about, whether the company's stock prices went up or down after this. It's more about looking at the things that the company would value. And just look at the rhetorical structure. We do ask that you use these subheadings. So the subheadings are introduction, evaluation of solution, and conclusion. And you could see a basic piece here. The introduction gives you an overview of the situation. It clearly identifies the problem and the solution, and then has a clear thesis about whether or not, or to what extent, the solution was effective. And in most cases, that would include some of the key reasons that you will discuss in the evaluation part. In the evaluation part, we'll be using your own reasoning and to discuss those reasons of why you think, why you discern whether this was effective or not. That's the basic piece here. Now, just so we don't necessarily lose sense of the forest for the trees here in terms of the whole class, this is related to our big picture assignment for the course. Not in that it's the same company or anything like that, but for the final project for the course is you're creating your own recommendation report for a specific company. And this assignment will help you to start to really evaluate the type, help you evaluate solutions for a different company and from a provided case study. So I just wanted to give you a sense of how these things are actually interconnected. There's a big picture here, and this is also not only is it its own distinct assignment, but conceptually, the skills that you are practicing here will help you as you evaluate your own recommendation later as you work on that and revise that.